The future of Mario Kart can take a lot of inspiration from Mario Kart Tour, and as an enthusiastic daily player for a number of years, I feel like I can shed a little light on what that could look like. If you're unfamiliar with the mobile game, you effectively participate in a handful of cups within bi-weekly tours that each feature 3 tracks and a mission, and your combo-driven performance determines how you rank for unlockables. It's designed with replayability in mind, which is something that can be said for every entry, but in the case of Tour, the game's monetization is built around letting you play for free and trying to entice you with microtransactions, so they had to put the pedal to the metal. Now, I'm certainly not making the case for any shift in financial strategies here, but how the team keeps the experience fresh and engaging in a bid to keep you invested can carry over into the mainline titles in some delightful ways. We've already seen a bit of it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass, with stages that change between laps, but the versatility it tracks in Tour took the simple shift in perspective from mere modes past and expanded upon it with trick variations that sprinkle in a lot of new twists and turns, as well as reverse races that change the flow of a stage. This direction might not work for every course, since customizable layouts don't always lend themselves well to scripted sequences that detract from a track's identity, but it can bring variety and make it more appealing to go back to familiar levels for a fresh look at them. I'm sure you'll agree that Mario Kart has certainly mastered multiplayer, but I think the solo experience can be bolstered through new modes, and adding combo races to complement time trials would be quite welcome. Trick tracks could be limited to just this mode too, since this is where they'd see the most value from a gameplay perspective. Now, this might be a polarizing opinion, but I'm an ardent fan of Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. What I've always loved about that ridiculous production is how it can be experienced as a combo game built around racing, and Mario Kart Tour has that same energy. For me, it's about the multiplier, not the multiplayer. I wouldn't advocate for mainline Mario Kart to change its focus like that, but I think a dedicated mode about setting high scores would complement time trials and bring a bit more to the table. And taking that a little further, introducing bi-weekly or monthly tours could give players a reason to keep coming back and setting new records. A lot of games embrace that sort of cycle, but to give you an example, my mind immediately goes to the Wario Cup and WarioWare Get It Together, which features little score and time attack challenges on a weekly basis. However the developers approach it, short-term community events like that are always a nice bonus. Character costumes feel like a welcome addition to carry over too. Bringing outfits into the mix could evoke the thrill of growing the roster without needing to actually introduce more slots. Depending how deep the developers go with custom animations and sound effects, it could be a lighter job and welcome in a lot more variety for the racers that make the cut. I certainly wouldn't expect too much outrage from Pink Gold Peach just becoming a palette. I'd also be remiss not to mention a return for missions. Mario Kart DS already ushered in that mode and did it justice with boss battles and escalating difficulty, but Mario Kart Tour was the first to bring them back since the DS days, and I'd love to see them become a standard from there. Mario Kart doesn't need any of these concepts to keep players coming back based on its consistently incredible performance, but I think the way Mario Kart Tour expanded the solo experience and gave players a lot more to sink their teeth into is something to take note of to elevate its successors even more. But what do you think? Let me read your thoughts down in the comments and we'll be off to the races. Hey there, pal. Thanks for watching. I was on the Loading Zone podcast chatting up a storm with Fibre about Mario Kart throughout the ages, so if you enjoyed this video and want a lot more Mario Kart trivia, definitely go check it out. We ran the gamut from Super Mario Kart to Mario Kart Tour, so there's a lot of lore in store and I think you'll get a kick out of it.